Hey y'all, Bill in Virginia, and it is a beautiful Sunday evening in Richmond. Weather's been perfect outside. I've been enjoying some of the weather. Still not traveling too far from home, but did make a trip down to a local lumber yard to get some lightweight plaster of Paris, do some more work on the railroad. I've been working on scenery. So you can see the next piece of the ridge. I've got the fiberglass drywall tape in place. I have done additional work on the piece of the mountain that I put in yesterday. You can see the difference in color on the plaster. This should set it off pretty good when I do paint it, which will be at some point this week. I'll probably start putting some on. But what I did is I build up certain areas, used some texturing to kind of make it stand out a little bit more than what I had it. It was a little bit too rounded for what I was wanting, so I build up different rock layers. You can kind of see some of the texture, and when I paint, it should make some of this stuff pop out quite a bit more than what it is. I've still got my little fault line here, and that should be kind of fun to model. So I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm not going to be running trains for a while as I'm working on the scenery for at least this piece. Once I get this ridge done, I'm waiting on some materials that I purchased off eBay for another double tunnel portal like that one to go on the other side. This particular casting is going to go on the other side over that particular tunnel portal. So I will keep updating this video as I go through the week, and then it'll be posted next weekend. I'll take care. Well, doing some of the initial painting of the landscape. Mix of acrylics, thin washes placed on the rock to bring out some highlights, showcase just some of the features of it. Now I've used sort of an antique white, a couple of different shades of gray, a little bit of brown, and I'll put in a little bit different white colors, kind of do some highlights on some of the ends of the rock. You know, this is areas that Pennsylvania Railroad run, Eastern railroads. So what we're looking at here is going to be mostly covered by vegetation. By the time I get it all done, there's going to be these rock faces are going to show. Some of these more prominent areas are going to still show out through tree cover. But areas like in through here are going to be covered with grass and forest. Same thing on that level. Highlight some of this will stick out just above the tree line. Another level with some vegetation, kind of highlighting a little bit of there, and then more of sort of a top of the hill grassland kind of area, maybe a couple of small trees. Again, I got to get it under the counter, so I can't do a whole lot here. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing all the way along. Again, this is going to show, parts of this are going to show, parts of this are going to show, but then there's going to be vegetation down near this little gully. There's going to be vegetation on the ledges that are going up, and a lot of vegetation across the entire peak of this. Again, kind of hide the scene that's on the other side. So we'll see what we do. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and probably tomorrow I'll kind of paint. You can kind of see I got this area put in as well, so I'll paint that up so at the top of this hill is completely done. And what I will do is I will start from probably anywhere. More than likely what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start in here. I'll get this covered, I'll get some trees, and I'll just kind of work my way up and then work my way off to the right as I go. I just want to get a little bit of vegetation, a little bit of color on here, and then I can continue and work my way down the layout. It's going to take me quite a while. This is a nice slow process. This is something that I enjoy, and we'll see what the end result looks like. So this is the part that I think we all like to do on our model layouts. And it's the part where we get to be creative and extremely messy. love scenery, just all kinds of stuff. So anyway, here's the first little bit of scenery that I've got done. So I've still got a lot to do on this. There will be considerably more trees added as I get around to it. I had a purchase off eBay that I've been sorting through. A gentleman had a lot of various scale trees in here, and he's got a lot of nice stuff. I'm going to go through, clean up a bunch of the trees. I'm going to add a little bit different color foliage on some of it, and I'll be putting them on the layout. But right here is the first chunk of it. So what I'm going to do is at the very top, you can see I've got some early fall foliage. Bought a bunch of scale trees that are going to be at the top of this hill and at the top of the mountain on the other end of the layout. Started to get ground cover in place and just a couple of trees. Right now, I will add a lot more. It's going to be pretty well packed with trees. Not to the point that it's going to hide everything, but you're going to see the rock kind of poking through the back of a canopy of trees that are going to end up being in this area over time. Not in any rush to get a lot of them in. So what I'll be doing the rest of the week in the evenings is I will be painting. Still got to get some additional Sculpt-A-Mold to kind of do the back side of this. And I will continue on down. Hoping by this weekend, this isn't going to be anywhere near done. But I'll probably pull the tape off the track and run some trains a little bit. We'll do more on this scene before the weekend. So I will post another video at the end of the weekend if I get enough progress done to show you where I'm at. So take care and have a safe week all.